Hey guys! Oh my gosh, great news. So the New York Times, the mainstream media can no longer lie about it. They are retracting what they've been spreading about Venezuela. Well, right now we only have the New York Times doing it, but it's only going to be a matter of time before everybody else follows suit, because there's 100% proof, which obviously we already knew this. Anybody that watches me, that you already knew this, that it was not Maduro's regime that did any of this stuff. It was definitely the opposition, the Warimbas, that Juan Guaido has been a part of. Y'all, this is so awesome. They even show footage saying that it was all wrong, and that Rubio, Pompeo, and Bolton and all these neocons jumped the gun, which we know they absolutely did this on purpose. We also have information out of Venezuela that, well, it didn't even have to come from Venezuela, but they just confirmed it. So whenever the electricity and the power went out and the backup generators didn't come back on, how did Rubio know about that within, like, I don't know, 5 seconds? It was a couple of minutes, literally a few minutes, and he already posted on Twitter that their electricity was out in 80% of the country, or 18 out of 23 of the states, or whatever he said. And it was only a few minutes after it actually happened. How stupid is he? He's got to be so stupid. The officials didn't even know that the backup generators didn't come on yet. So how would he know? How would he know this? Because he obviously was, it was a pre-planned situation. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt. It was a cyber attack. Well, the first one at the dam, that was, they actually had people on the ground. I already talked about that in my other video. But y'all, they can't even lie about it anymore. And I think that the mainstream media is starting to see that there's too many people putting out the truth. And so I don't know if it's on them. I don't know what's making them have a change of heart. But it's amazing information that even the New York Times cannot even deny anymore. This is so amazing. All this work, you know, it was kind of like, oh my God, should I just give up? It's like nobody's even listening. Of course they're not going to say, ooh, the crazy conspiracy theorist people on YouTube have been saying this forever. But whatever. It's not about getting praise for it. But we know it happened. So let's look at that footage. Alright, so here is the proof. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The mainstream can no longer lie about it. They can no longer go on. Maybe they had a change of heart. I don't know. But they are now showing the proof of what actually happened in Venezuela with the aid trucks. They aren't showing everything, which I think they should. But this is a start. This is definitely a start. Look, so this right here are Colombians. Wait. No, these are the Venezuelan guys, or are these Colombians? I think they're Colombians. They're saying, yeah, wait, stop. You've got to wait and stop. Ceasefire, whatever. You know, we've got to put out this fire first. So then we know all of this happened with John Bolton, and now let's watch what happens. I mean, I know I've already showed all this, essentially. I didn't show it nicely like how they did. See what they're saying.
Because authoritarian rule and economic mismanagement resulted in searing poverty.
Okay, so I can't just let them lie while they're trying to tell the truth. And so for people that haven't been watching all of my videos, I just have to show you these things. I mean, does a country that's in extreme poverty and mismanaging funds going to build 2 million homes and continuing to still now build homes with their oil money? That's what they do with their oil money. It doesn't go to 10 CEOs and oil, you know, tycoons. It goes for the people.
Backed by the U.S., Guaido mobilized his followers to bring American aid into Venezuela, but Maduro blocked border crossings and denied entry.
Sorry, I have to stop it again, but, you know, I thought it was really super news, and then I listened to actually the words she was saying, and they're trying to cover up their tracks. They're trying to give you truth while at the same time still lying. And so, this bridge was never open. Never. So he wasn't blocking anything. Also, they got a few thousand tons from other countries that weren't trying to do crazy stuff.
On February 23rd, 4 aid trucks arrived at a bridge on the Colombian side of the border. Guaido supporters cleared a path and drove the trucks toward Venezuela. Security forces repelled them, firing tear gas and rubber bullets, and the aid trucks got stuck on the bridge. The Colombian government released this annotated footage of the standoff. They circle the Venezuelan police near the trucks before the fire breaks out. The implication appears to be that the Maduro regime caused the fire. But note the timestamp in the footage they circled.
I have to interrupt her again. She keeps dropping these subtle words like Maduro regime, like he's a dictator when he's not. So I want to show y'all something. This is a normal Maduro rally. This was Trump's rallies. I want to show y'all, does this look similar to you? Now let's look at anti-Trump. And these are the ones that are pro-Guaido. You see what's going on here? And if you're not up to speed, he was trained here in the US. I'll drop this link below.
Circulated, it suddenly jumps ahead by 13 minutes and misses the critical moments leading up to the fire. We obtained previously unseen TV footage that fills this gap and tells a more complicated story.
That's that video that I showed y'all from Rupley that I was watching live and I saw it.
A small group of protesters starts throwing rocks and Molotov cocktails. We'll focus on this one protester. Here we see him throwing 2 Molotovs toward police. Let's look at the scene again. 4 trucks are stranded on the bridge. The protester approaches from here, behind the 3rd truck. He launches 1 Molotov, but the second one separates, and the burning rag veers off toward the trucks, not the police. Let's fast forward a little, and we'll synchronize the security footage. We can see that a fire has taken hold on one of the trucks. This is just 30 seconds after the burning rag landed in this area. This sequence of events shows the fire was most likely started by an errant Molotov, not by Maduro's security forces. In minutes, the cargo is ablaze. As this journalist turns the corner to get a better angle, she takes the same route as the protester who threw the Molotov and points her camera in the direction the rag went, where a fire is now blazing.
There you go, right there.
This was the start of the fire that spread rapidly and consumed 3 trucks. Both police and protesters scrambled to contain the scene. As the chaos was unfolding, the incident quickly escalated into a political firestorm. A Venezuelan journalist tweeted this report, blaming Maduro. 12 minutes later, Senator Marco Rubio retweeted the unsubstantiated claim. National Security Advisor John Bolton weighed in soon after, and then USAID Administrator Mark Green claimed that Maduro had ordered the burning. Secretary of State Pompeo tweeted out the same visuals that evening. None of the U.S. officials offered any definitive evidence supporting their claim. They doubled down on Sunday talk shows.
There's a sick tyrant, Maduro, who's denying food to starving Venezuelans and medicine to sick Venezuelans, burning trucks with... This is the worst of the worst of a tyrant.
And officials continued to cite the burning trucks at the UN Security Council.
I streamed this meeting. If y'all haven't seen it, just go back to my videos. I did this one live. So they can no longer deny it. This is actually I'm looking at it on Talking Point memo, but it's the New York Times. You know, they had this information. We had this information. They definitely were lying about it. So what made them change their mind? I'm not sure. So a video analysis published Sunday by New York Times contradicts claims by senior Trump administration officials and Senator Marco Rubio that Venezuelan forces are loyal to President Nicolas Maduro were responsible for the fire last month that consumed trucks attempting to carry food into Venezuela. According to the Times video analysis, which the paper based on unpublished TV footage, the fire appears, yeah, of course, they didn't publish any of the legit stuff around here. So, the Trump administration has 4 weeks asserted that Juan Guaido, the leader of the Venezuelan opposition, is legitimate interim president of Venezuela. The burning trucks provided rhetorical ammunition for the administration's call on Maduro's oust. Senior Trump officials, including National Security Advisor Psycho Bolton, crazy Mike Pompeo, claimed Maduro's regime was responsible for the fire, which we know is not true. And now Marco Rubio, I'm about to show y'all his tweets and stuff. They're crazy. They're legitimately just they're insane.
They did not comment or failed to provide evidence supporting their claims.
Yeah, they won't comment.
What happened on the bridge
or provide
is a
any
classic
evidence.
example of how misinformation spreads online. A rumor or unproven claim is made. It's amplified by influential people. Mainstream media brings it to the masses.
Venezuelan National Guardsmen, under orders from President Nicolas Maduro, attacked 2 aid trucks yesterday.
Look, they're sitting here calling the media, saying, "Oh, this is how things can get out of control." Whenever lies are spread online, they're spread by the mainstream media. This wasn't by the conspiracy theorist. This was by the mainstream media and government officials. So, if we're going to go by what the New York Times is saying, yeah, well, the conspiracy theorist is who you need to be looking for, because we've already had it. Let me turn this around. So this is quite interesting, you know, how they just stated that, how they said, this is how, you know, false things get spread throughout the internet. Well, things don't go that viral when a crazy conspiracy theorist says it on YouTube, but it does whenever it's an official from the government and from the mainstream media. So I'm sure they'll use this to help censor us when they really need to be censoring the mainstream media, because they just showed how all of this stuff got pushed out. And the truth had to come out because so many people were telling the truth about it. But anyway, guys, this is great news. Absolutely great news. Hopefully it's the end of what they're doing. I'm not going to say that it is, because I don't know. They don't really give up that easily, but it is definitely amazing that they're finally on mainstream media actually pushing out the information. So y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.